Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be doing a true crime training time. That rhymed. I really wanted to do this because I low-key love true crime. I've always been fascinated by it. I don't mean that in an insensitive way to all the victims in this case I'll be covering today. I didn't know how to tie it into Miss Sunshine and Rainbow's game Star Stable, other than doing a training time. So that is what I'm going to be doing, and I figured that you guys share some common interests, and I went on my Instagram, and it seemed like you guys were chill with me doing this series. So, yeah, why don't we just start training? So, if you haven't already read the title or the thumbnail or whatever, we'll be covering the Zodiac killer case. This is going to be really hard for me to do because I'm going to have to look at my notes, which are just on paper. So, I'm just kind of going to go off memory a tad bit here because... yeah. So, for reference, the Zodiac killer, if you've never heard of the Zodiac killer, an unidentified American serial killer who killed around 5 people. He killed them in Northern California between the years of 1968 and 1969. The first one he is credited to have done was killing an 18-year-old college student in Riverside, California, who died due to being stabbed to death, who, again, was attributed to being killed by the Zodiac killer, but it's not like any of this is proven, although specifically this, I don't want to say that it's been proven. Again, it's just been attributed to. It does make sense for him to be the suspected, or literally the killer. He's already the suspected killer, but the killer, it would make sense, but this is not proven. So, do not trust everything I say. I'm congested, by the way. That's why I sound congested, because I am congested. Like I said, I try to read off my notes and go off memory. What I have written down is a teenage couple that was shot to death in a remote area outside of their car, north of San Francisco. About a year later, there was another couple that was killed in a similar way. One of the victims, who was a male victim, who was male, made it out alive, which will be something that will be brought up again. That's why I said male. So he survived. If I remember correctly, I did remember watching something on that, and I think I don't think he was unharmed. I think it was another shooting type situation. I'm pretty sure I think he still got hit by the bullet, though. Again, I don't know for a fact. This just isn't in my notes, and I remember hearing about this, because I've heard about this case before. I've watched other people talk about it, and that's what I heard, but don't take that for a fact. Don't take any of this for a fact. This is me just more storytelling in a fashion that I don't know for facts, but that is what I pretty much know. After the attack in 1969, the mysterious murder, the Zodiac killer, he would taunt the police by calling them, and basically he told the police where the bodies were, but I don't know if this is correct. But either way, he taunted the police. He basically told them, like, I killed these people. I mean, I don't know word for word what he said, but he basically just taunted the police. He called them, I killed these people. Literally, again, just taunting them. They didn't know who was calling. I'm assuming they couldn't trace the phone. But in October of 1969, the killer would attempt to kill another okay, I cannot do this with the person. I can't while I'm reading. He would attempt to kill. Let's do a race. What's a good race? It's like easy. Sorry, I'm just. Anyway, in 1969, on the October of 1969, he would attempt to kill another young couple in same fashion. Though once again, the male victim survived. The last known victim would be a taxi driver who was shot again in October of 1969. Now we're going to get into a little bit of kind of like the mystery of it. What is going on here? You know what? I'm not even gonna. We're going to get into a little bit of the mystery of it. This is not really that much, but just a little bit of mystery of it. The murders were subjected to a lot of investigation and media coverage because, I mean, you see this, these people being shot, you see these, well, I mean, not you physically see, but you're going to hear about people being shot and killed that when they can't even find an obvious murderer. I mean, how many times do you think that we have cases where multiple people are just shot, there's this guy taunting the police, and you don't know who killed them? Like, you'd think that you'd find the killer. You know, it's gonna get media coverage. I mean, we get coverage on just murders that are like any murder, let alone one that's like mysterious and, you know, that kind of thing. We're gonna get media coverage on it. We're gonna get a lot of media coverage on it. So a lot of people kind of got involved in it, but specifically because of him taunting the police, he made he made calls to the police, being like, yeah, I killed these people, I was the one who did these things. And he also wrote letters to the newspapers. I'm not really sure exactly what he wrote to the newspaper, but I wouldn't assume that it would be much different than his calls to the police. I mean, his letters sent, oh my gosh, crap. His letters were sent in years, 5 years. 5 years he was sending letters to this newspaper. I wouldn't know what newspaper it is, honestly, but 1969 through 1974. So imagine just getting these taunting letters sent to you. Imagine working for a newspaper and getting taunting letters for 5 years. Like, that would be interesting. And these letters, they were oh my gosh. The letters that were sent in those years were signed with a symbol looking like crosshairs of gun sight. I don't know what that is. I just quoted this off of the article I took it from. And they mostly began with the phrase, "This is the Zodiac speaking." So it's just, adds to it, getting all these letters, getting signed with this, I don't know if it means signed with I have no idea, but, and then "This is the Zodiac speaking," that would be creepy. Amongst this, again, I don't know everything I don't know all the content that is in this notes. I'm just going to tell you right now. So if because I obviously had to paraphrase things. If I paraphrase them weird to go with the words, that's my bad. But I just thought a lot of these words were filler words and just things I didn't know. Anyway, amongst the 4 letters were 4 ciphers or cytograms. I don't know what that is. Sorry, cryptograms. I'm so sorry. Ciphers and cryptograms. The first of which was sent in 3 parts to the 3 Bay Area newspaper in July 1969. Known as the 408 cipher for the number of characters it contained. It is soon after was deciphered by a couple of private citizens. So in the thing it said a pair of private citizens. I don't know if saying a couple of private citizens changes or a couple of private citizens changes its meaning, but I wanted to say that. Soon after was deciphered by the message in part stated, "I like killing people because it's so much fun." Another cipher, the 340 cipher, mailed to the San Francisco Chronicle in 1969, was finally decoded in 2020 by a team of 3 amateur code breakers. Its message began with, "I hope you are having lots of fun and trying to catch me." Okay, that's all I have in my note, and I'm about to fail this. That's all I have in my notes, but I'm just going to go off my head a little bit and talk about So, to sum it up, basically, I just yapped about that for a while, but, there's this mysterious guy, killing 5 people, getting shot, most of them were shootings. Male victims survive, it's really suspicious, but they did not ever find him. Although I did see something, I think I saw a documentary about him. I don't know if they actually found out who he was because they had pictures of somebody in it. I did not watch it, so I cannot sit here and tell you that they actually found out who the Zodiac killer was, but I'm not going to purposely not share something that could be part of this case. Like I said, he was never caught, and if they did actually find out who he was already dead by the time they found out who he was, for reference. He is dead, now, for anyone wondering. I don't know when he died. They don't know who he is. Why would they? They just don't know who he is. I don't really have any other information on that. I don't know who his specific victims are. I think I'll just keep that. I think in most of these cases, I'll keep that on the low key. I think they appreciate it if I do. Not that the victims' parents or victims' nieces, well, their nieces are probably alive, but gosh, I was about to say something that was incredibly rude. I'm still gonna keep it on the low key. Do I agree with? I mean, I don't know why anyone would assume this, but I do not agree with anything they did. I'm fascinated, and it does not mean I agree or think that his murders were cool or anything. Murders are not cool. I just think I'm fascinated by a fascination in thinking something that's cool and admiring it is completely different. I am just a communicator. I'm just communicating this case. In no way am I trying to sound insensitive. So that's my little thing that I probably should have said at the beginning of the video, but that is my 2 cents. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end of this, and if you have the same fascination as me, let me know what case I should do next. I had John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer on my poll I did on Instagram, but if you guys ever have criticism or something, feel free to let me have it. I am new to this whole note-taking and trying to read off a script, basically, in the sense. It's not really a script, it's just notes, and trying to train. Sorry for that yappering at the end of this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed or liked or shared. Anything that helps boost my channel is appreciated. Even just viewing this video is appreciated, even if you are here with the intent of hating. So I love you guys so much, and make sure to check out my Instagram for the next time I want you guys to vote or enter you guys' stories for training times. Love you guys so much. Bye!